You can't hold it in all alone. No one can. We have to let it out. We have to spend time together. And even if it doesn't make the emptiness go away, I promise you it will feel lighter.
So I really loved the Thunderbolts. So let's get into it. So the first thing I loved about Thunderbolts was Ghost being in the plot more. I really liked Ghost's character in the second Ant-Man movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really felt that she was underutilized in that movie. I felt like we could have seen more of her after that movie, and like seeing her almost like half a decade after that movie came out was really gratifying. I think it shows how much Marvel is potentially going towards quality over quantity. So bringing back those characters that we don't see is really cool. And speaking about that, like we get to see a crossover of the new guard and the old guard with Bucky, because like he's really from the old guard as it relates to him being with Captain America, and then just like him being a part of the like older Avengers team from Endgame to Infinity War. It's just really cool that they are not only integrating a character like Ghost, but then as well like John Walker, the Red Guardian, Yelena Belova, the Winter Soldier. Like these are all characters that could be perceived as background characters, but I think this movie shows that they're definitely forefront characters. Thunderbolts takes on the task of portraying mental health and what it's like going through mental health crises, and I think it's really important that it does this because it portrays the understanding that you can't be going through these things alone. There's not a lot of superhero media that I can remember that does this, except for Moon Knight and The Spider Within, but I'm not for certain. I could be wrong about that. There could be other things. I'd have to check though. The Thunderbolts taking on mental health and visualizing that for us through the void and through the different rooms of either traumatic experiences that our characters went through and or like life-changing experiences. I think it's really important to be able to see these from people that we could see ourselves in, or even connect to something deeper of being there for others. I think that that's really important. I hope to see that more in Marvel movies. We all go through things in our head, and I think seeing that from a superhero's perspective is really important. Hallway fight scene with Yelena was like actually so cool. I think the only thing that was wrong with it is that it should have been longer. Like going off of Daredevil's fight scenes, going off of just like one take fight scenes in general, I think that this was a really cool step forward for Marvel, bringing that into their movies. Like James Gunn would have one take fight scenes in the Guardian of the Galaxy, but I think that this one is just like huge for Marvel as a whole, like just having a one take fight scene, being able to give us a top down view, and then I think it being overlaid with Yelena talking is just really like that's cinema without a doubt, and I really love it for that. The story being in a couple locations is also really cool because it allows us to really lock into the story and the characters. The setting is important to where the story is, but our main focus is on our main characters, and I think that us not changing settings too much, because we go from Malaysia, New York, DC, in the desert, yeah, that's it. Oh, in Baltimore, I guess. Not many locations, like they may change like what building they're in, or like like what part of whatever location they're in, but they're usually in the same location. So like the desert scene, they're in like different parts of the desert, or like Malaysia, she'll be in like different parts of Malaysia for it. So I think it's really cool that we are able to see that from the movie, that it doesn't hop around in locations too much. I feel like just in any movie, like an action movie, when they hop around locations too much, it can just like blur our mind and be like, what the fuck is going on? Or even in like a superhero movie, if they hop around in location too much, that can really hurt our minds. Making the Thunderbolts the new Avengers is something that I really liked, and that's because I've been itching to see a new Avengers team ever since I read the comics. So the fact that this was our new Avengers team like really made it worth it. And then on top of making them the new Avengers, I think it's just really important for moving the story forward of the Avengers. Half a decade since we've seen the last Avengers team, so I think putting new people in these roles is really cool. But then also Sam Wilson, he's not really happy about this, so I think making infighting within the Avengers team, I don't think you always need to have it, but I think having it while they're still in their infancy stages is really cool, really important to have. Not getting along, there's a lot of different personalities on the team, and I think seeing it from two teams instead of it just being like inside a team, I think works better for them. So New Avengers versus the Avengers, question mark? That'd be cool to see. The Fantastic Four showing up, like I know that they're not in it, like their characters aren't, but their ship being in it just made me like so hyped for the Fantastic Four movie. And I just really look forward in the direction that they go towards with the Marvel movies. Thunderbolts, I think, was a 10 out of 10, definitely. 9 out of 10, maybe, if you want to be critical about it. But I really did love Thunderbolts. I think its themes were great. I plan on definitely making another video about it. This one is just me talking off the top of my head. But yeah, to recap my points, I really like that Ghost was in the film. I really like the superhero media portraying mental health and it being a forefront theme. Really love the hallway fight scene. I really love the story being in a couple locations. I loved that the New Avengers are a thing, and I love that Sam Wilson does not like them. And then I love that the Fantastic Four showed up. Ain't that fantastic? See you guys in the next one.